Hey everybody, Mr. B here and welcome to the Loft. So today I've got another pork tenderloin recipe for you that is absolutely delicious. Like I've said, pork tenderloin is a very lean cut, so it can take just about everything you bring to it from a seasoning profile. To that end, I am going to do a Cajun curry bacon wrapped pork tenderloin that is absolutely out of this world, and we're going to complement that with a mushroom mustard cream sauce. Let's go.
Keep coming back for more, but I ain't singing your lines no more. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anything for love. It's been nice doing business. It's been nice doing business with you.
All right, guys, so let's start prepping this. This should move pretty quick, actually. First thing we want to do, right, preheat the oven to 375 with the fan and let that start getting its thing on. So what I have here is one pork tenderloin, organic, that is coming in at about 1.5 pounds. So it's a small little fella, and I'm just gonna try to get this opened, which should have been done before I started filming. Okay, so we have our tenderloin. Just gonna pat this dry just a little bit. That'll help the seasonings kind of, you know, hang on to them a little bit better. Let's put that down. Now I've lined my sheet tray with a little bit of aluminum foil. And the reason why I'm doing that is because actually I want to be able to capture some of the bacon grease that will render, because I may want to use that in my sauce. Now we're gonna season this first of all, just a little bit of pepper, that going good. And then I'm gonna take my curry powder. I am using a sweet, mild curry powder here, and liberally get this side going. And same with my Cajun seasoning. Just give it good widespread. Use Cajun seasoning of your choice. Now let's give everything kind of a good rub and massage. Indeed. We can kind of get the other side going as well. Flippy flip. You want to get it all covered real nice and good. You also note that I did not salt that. Why didn't I do that? Because that Cajun seasoning is sauté, sauté. And I am just going to wrap some bacon here. And I think what I will do is secure it with toothpicks, because it's just easier than like actually having to do the wrappy wrap around it. That's a great presentation for company, but face it guys, it's just me right now. So, and I am going for flavor. I am using about 3 pieces of bacon, and I find that's, you know, more than enough, although you can never have too much bacon. And how handy is that little toothpick been? To the sheet tray for aromatics, I'm gonna throw a little fresh thyme there. And how about some rosemary right there? You know, why not, okay? So I just wanted to kind of give a tip out to my friends that maybe are not so keen on the pig or the pork. You can use this curry Cajun seasoning. Obviously, you're not gonna do the bacon on chicken. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, guys, in we go for about 30 minutes. Okie dokie, so while we are waiting on the pork tenderloin, I am just gonna do some mise en place work here for the sauce, right? So first thing we've got are my mushrooms. Now, mushrooms are not something that you wash, because mushrooms and moisture are very adversarial. But what I will do is just lightly wet a paper towel, and I'm just gonna give these kind of a rub down. just to get off any type of excess dirt and stuff like that, right? And we'll give everything just, you know, kind of a nice sort of thin slice. Should have gotten a bigger bowl. Anyway, I think 3, let's do 1 more. And I'm going to use a red onion for the sauce. Now, any onion would do fine, right? I have a red one and I think it will bring some interesting flavor to it. Shallot would also be a really good idea here. So I'm just gonna maybe cut off something about like that, right? And get this diced pretty fine. We get the dumaflichis off here. And the next thing you're gonna want to have on ready is about 4 ounces of cream cheese. I'm doing keto, so I'm not using like your traditional roux as a thickener, nor do I want to do a slurry with like some cornstarch. I don't want to bring any flour type stuff to this because of the carb. So for a thickener, I'm gonna be using this. I've also got a spot of some sour cream if I need it, because how bad would that be? Let's chop up and get our fresh herbs for, you know, garnish and as well as for the sauce kind of on ready here as well. So the first thing we'll do is with some thyme. This is a pet peeve of mine. It's not a task that I like, but the flavor is so amazing that it is absolutely worth it every time. Just gonna peel back some of these fresh thyme leaves. Going for a rather rustic sauce, because to be honest with you, if there's stems in it, so what? So what? I think people sometimes get a little too hung up on certain things in the kitchen that, you know, could really be overlooked. Besides, there's flavor in that. Oh, that one was very satisfying. And we're just gonna give our parsley a good chop. I recently saw a tip on a YouTube channel, it's a chef, who promotes doing a very rustic chop on fresh herbs, stems and all, and not go over them to such a degree that they're pulverized. He even suggests that if you're leaving green behind on your cutting board, then you're going over them too much. I believe the name of that channel is Family Mealtime. Give it a shot. The guy is amazing. I'm gonna go with that. So I'm curious as to how some of you might keep your fresh herbs. Let me show you what I do. Bring them home, okay? And I get everything situated, and I will put them in a little jar of some water, and you change the water out. These herbs have been sitting in my refrigerator for 3 weeks, no lie. And they're delicious and they're fresh. And it sure beats the hell out of buying those little herbs in the plastic thing. And you don't use them and they end up in the garbage. But anyway, if you get access to a farmer's market that's got fresh herbs in bulk, do this. This way I keep, my favorite's obviously parsley. I can't breathe without rosemary. It's amazing. And fresh thyme, I've always got it on hand. So give that a shot. Or if you have any suggestions about how to store fresh herbs, I'm all ears. Leave me a comment below. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it on the pork tenderloin. I do wanna say that I checked it at about the 25-minute mark, and it wasn't brown. The bacon was not where I wanted it to be. So I bumped it up to 425. Let that go for about another 5 to 7 minutes, depending on what you need. Oven times may vary. And here is what we have got here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you hear the sizzle? Oh. What we are going to do here, the first thing I'm going to attempt to do somehow is maybe get bacon grease up off of here. It's not going to work. Oh well. Luckily for me, I have got some bacon grease sitting on the corner of the stove, as I do at all times. So we're gonna start on our sauce with bacon grease, a couple of tablespoons of butter, and I'm gonna get that melting. Okay, we've got our bacon grease and our butter melted. To that, let's add our onion. Now that our onions are softened, let's just add our shrooms on down and we'll let them get to softening. Gonna do a round of pepper and just a round of salt on this layer. Okay guys, we're getting to a softening. Now, one of the things that I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a cube of some of my homemade chicken stock. You know, when you make stock, you just pour some off once it's cooled, obviously, into an ice tray, and then once they're frozen, you just pop them in a Ziploc bag, and then you've got just the right amount of stock for when you need to kind of work a sauce like this. So once that's melted, we will begin adding our cream ingredients. Okay, I'm gonna bring my heat down just a little bit. You can see that this is reducing and it's going and it's good. To this, I'm gonna add about half a cup, maybe, of some heavy whipping cream. We're gonna add our cream cheese to that. We will add just a dollop, maybe, I don't know, a couple of tablespoons or so of some sour cream to that. Then our mustard, maybe a couple of tablespoons. Then I'm going to begin trying to whisk this together to incorporate. And we can adjust the liquid to this as needed. So if it's too thick, let me get it absolutely everywhere, of course. If it's too thick, I'll add a little more cream. In fact, I'm going to do that, maybe just a little more. I want to check for seasoning here at this point. Oh my God, that's good. Maybe a little bit of pepper. I think my salt is fine. Okay, I'm gonna cut the heat, add some of my fresh parsley to that, add that fresh thyme to that, finish it with a knob of butter, and we'll set it off the heat. All right, guys, so let's get to carving up our pork tenderloin situation here. I'm plating. All right, so first thing I want to do is get him going. You can see this beautiful yellowness of the curry powder. Unbelievable. Now, first thing I want to do, I'm going to take some of this sauce and let's just spoon it on the bottom here. Something like that. Well, let's work on carving our tenderloin. So whatever bacon you have here, chop it up into little pieces, you know? And then you can spread that out sort of as part of your garnish there. There you go. How about maybe a few sprigs of thyme kind of sitting off there. Let's drizzle maybe just a little bit more of our sauce. A little bit of some parsley for color and freshness. And guys, there you have it. So simple, took really less than an hour. This is your Cajun curry bacon wrapped pork tenderloin. I'm gonna dive in, guys. So click subscribe, come along for the ride, like and share these videos, and we're gonna see you next time. Take care. Oh, it's gonna be like that.